It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the professional. And yes, we staying lit, big dog. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day, man. Shout out to my boy Lucky Wheels and Deals, man. And y'all go check out my Hive mindlabs.com. Link down in the description. You can get the super fat burners. It's a direct link to the website. There's a direct link to the super fat burners, a direct link to the Hive Mind protein chocolate powder. Okay, use your discount code everydaypj at checkout. Okay, also we have another sponsor that I'll be showing, so please stay tuned for videos that will be presented inside of my upcoming episodes. Okay, so let's get into it, man. It got heated last night. I'm talking about the lead attorney wasn't too heated, but Tony the closer was. Tony the closer popped up to the lead attorney's live video last night, and he wanted to discuss some things. He wanted to get it off his chest. He wanted to tell us why you're mad, Tony. Tell us why you're mad. Okay, Tony was mad because DJ Envy, the lead attorney, wasn't speaking facts on something that happened a year ago. Okay, now the lead attorney started his show talking about Tony the closer and DJ Envy. There's a beef between them. Tony the closer is being sued by DJ Envy for defamation and all sorts of other stuff. And I'm gonna do a video about that so we can break that down. So I want to get to that, but we gotta address the mess, okay? So Tony, the lead attorney's title was DJ Envy violates, sues Tony the closer. Envy's attorney claims Tony arrested for kidnapping. Okay, sounds kind of harsh. It's like putting out a bunch of false narratives, but this is what's actually happening. This is what the judge actually, the lawyer actually put out. So he's not making false claims on what DJ Envy's lawyer is saying, but Tony the closer should come and defend these accusations. But no, Tony the closer comes up to defend something that happened a year ago. And well, let's get into it.
Now, let's up the man of the hour. We got Tony the closer in the house. Tony, how are you doing?
All right, what's going on?
Good, man. Thank you for coming out. We were reviewing this case that DJ Envy has filed against you. You know, I think the chat and certainly myself, we're kind of all in agreement that, you know, it's kind of trash, to be honest. There's a lot of things wrong. With this complaint. You know, kind of what's your take on this lawsuit here and kind of the way the whole entire situation is unfolding?
Let's address the elephant.
All right, so before we address the elephant in the room, because the only elephant is Tony, okay, we trying to move forward. I would advise Tony not to even speak on the lawsuit, you know, and as the lead attorney is an actual attorney, it lost me that he actually said, let's talk about your open lawsuit, you know. So as an attorney, you would know it's like, nah, you don't want to put that much information. But if Tony the closer is dumb enough to speak on it, then so be it. But let's discuss the elephant in the room, the beef between the lead attorney and Tony the closer. Everybody has a moniker: lead attorney, Tony the closer, everyday PJ.
Elephant in the room first.
Okay.
So we can know why I have an issue with you, because I think you have completely disrespected me multiple times, and you don't understand the disrespect. So when you address me and you talk about me, I think sometimes you're like, well, I apologize, and I'm not sure what Tony is upset about. So let's be clear. For starters, the whole Jay Morrison situation was a situation where you spoke on that case without having facts. You spread misinformation about me and my brand and my business that were completely false. I would expect more from an attorney. So it's very offensive when you're an attorney, you're speaking on a case and you're not educated on the case. It's very offensive. I had a multi-million-dollar, I lost $1 million lawsuit when that case was put into default. This wasn't something that wasn't taken seriously. So when you put certain things into the world where now your subscribers are now repeating and regurgitating the things that you said that are false, that's troublesome for me. So,
well, here's another thing. The lead attorney was just addressing things that were coming out in the public. He did not dig into the case. Okay, I've watched the lead attorney for a long time. I've been on his show twice. And I also have that video in my videos. Just look up the lead attorney in my videos, and it'll pop up when I was on his show. All right, and so I've been watching him for a very long time. He's a very intriguing guy. Gives a good perspective on every case that he talks about when it's about families, how women take advantage of the child support or the child custody system, whether it's about divorces, whether it's about men and what men should do. I think he's taking a hard stance on where men should be in this equation of love and life. But also he does cases like YNW Melly. He covered the Amber Heard case with Johnny Depp. He's covered, several other cases, the Young Thug case, the Tasha K case. Like, he was in court at the Tyrese case, and he broke that down based on the information that was given. And so the information that was given, that's what he goes off of. And Tony didn't like that he didn't go back and do some research on the case, even after the fact. Tony, the lead attorney, just left it alone and went his separate ways. And it's a good reason why. It's because Tony's a jackass. And he knows it.
We come back and then you have Jay Morrison on the live. For whatever agreement that you had with Jay, he was completely cooked on that live. Your audience cooked him. I came in and I was able to share my truth. That video was deleted off YouTube. If you're going to share the video where you're incorrect about me, I think you should also share the video when all the facts are there. I think it was very messed up to paint a one-sided picture. So when your audience is still attacking me and basing it off things that you posted that weren't accurate, and we can go through the actual facts of it, because I think that you owe me that, because you spoke on me so matter of fact that people will believe that an attorney of your stature will be accurate. So we can talk to the exact facts of the case, which you absolutely were incorrect on, and spoke incorrect on my brand and my name, which now your audience began to speak negatively of me. That's problematic to me. Then we go into this case right here. Let you be able to respond to that if you wish. But that's my major issue when it starts. Is Jay Morrison, this dude's a complete scammer. You talked about a case with no facts, and it was completely disrespectful.
Okay. You mentioned two issues. You mentioned that I spoke on your case.
With Jay.
Yeah, your case with Jay without all the facts. That's the first issue that you have with me. Then the second issue that you have with me is the stream that you and I and Jay, we were all on parts of the stream together, and I deleted that. So I'll address the first issue first, which is me speaking on your case without all the facts. All right, let's talk about that. And let me explain to you what we do here on YouTube as lawyers when we speak on cases. Tony, all of the attorneys on YouTube, on the white side and the black side, we break down cases just like we broke down this case here. I spent 3 hours breaking down this case. And shout out to AV. I dropped AV down because I don't want her to be mixed up in all this bullshit. Tony, guess what? I spent 3 hours reviewing this case. I don't have all the facts on it. I was not there, Tony. I don't know what the hell happened between you and DJ Envy. It's not my job.
Talking about Jay Morrison.
Sorry, Jay Morrison. Correct. It's not my job to be there. It's not my job to witness all the interactions between you and Jay. When I covered the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, I did that for a month. Everybody loved it. Everybody. I was not there. I was not in those 5 penthouses. I don't know what happened. I spoke on that case without the facts. You said that your main complaint with the Jay Morrison is that I spoke on that case without the facts. I spoke on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case without all the facts because I wasn't there.
Now, I want to speak on that. As a YouTube reactor, I react to content that I don't know. Now, there's a situation. I'm going to try to get this nice video going up, but I react to court cases without knowing all the facts. I've reacted to people's drama without knowing all the facts, and I give my own humble opinion because sometimes I think, my opinion is valid, but it's not factual, and it's entertainment at the end of the day. Now, what Tony the Closer wants is for the lead attorney to come over here and give a educated answer, not a guess, the actual breakdown of the whole case. And that's not what lead attorney does. Most of the time, he don't even follow up with a lot of these cases. Like, he'll talk about something that's really hot and he'll move on. And his supporters love him for that. They don't care about Tony specifically. We know Tony. We see everything that he does on Instagram, on YouTube, and on everything else. But we also know that the lead attorney is going to do his show the way he wants to. And Tony, if you want to run your show the way you do, then can't nobody come to your channel and tell you, oh, no, we don't like the way you did this. The people may not like it, but it's your channel. So are you going to tell somebody what to do on their channel? No, because you ain't nobody finna come and tell you what to do on your channel. And that's the facts. Now, I want to get to the part where the lead attorney explains what actually happened, because right now, like, you could go watch the whole heated argument, because it does get heated, but I want to show what the lead attorney actually says he did and why he did it, because it's just go watch his channel and watch the video for the entire rant, because it gets heated.
If anybody has a bone to pick with me, you can come up and we can talk about it, but it's not going to be this thing where you're going to talk over me, because it's not good for the people in the chat. They have to understand what we're talking about. But let me do this. I think that I addressed Tony's first bone of contention. The first bone that he has to pick with me. The first point of contention, I think I addressed it sufficiently. But let me tell you about his second point, because a lot of y'all don't understand what happened with his second point. Give me 1 second. Shout out to 420. Tony was like, you hitting the horn. All right. Is it weird? Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch when he hit the link? Did y'all catch when he said that he was giving me a free interview? Did anybody catch that? I mean, when Aber and Preach hit the link, when Kevin Samuels said, "Oh, Khalid, I'm giving you a free interview." Why do you even think like that? Why not just have a conversation? At any rate, shout out to my man Ricky Henderson, man. I said I was gonna read the $20. Thank you so much. Says none of this is legal advice, and I am not your attorney. I am the lead attorney, and I'm here to help you lawyer up there. Shout out to Ricky Henderson. Thank you so much. Thank all of y'all. Let me use this opportunity to address the second point, because here's what a lot of people are missing. Jay's wife, and this was like a year ago, guys, so forgive me if I get some of these fucking facts wrong, but Jay's wife hits me up on Instagram, think it's his wife. He's like, hey, do you want to talk about this or whatever? Because Jay Morrison was in something with Tony. And I was like, yeah. She was like, look, okay, we can talk about it. We can come on your show. Just got one request. The one request is we don't want Tony on the show. Like, we'll be on the show and we'll talk to you, but we don't want Tony on the same show. He can come on another show. And to be fair, Tony had come on previously already. And so since Tony had already given his side, what did I say to Tony? I was like, Tony, I'm not going to know all the facts. You can come up and tell your side. So Jay wanted to avail himself of that opportunity and come up and tell his side. Is Jay, oh, you don't know all the facts? Jay's smart enough to know I don't know all the facts, because I'm not going to sit here with my life and investigate your shit. You know all the facts. So you come up here and you tell me. But the door is open. Does that not seem fair to you guys? Which is more fair? That I spend my life researching all the fucking facts, or that you just come up and fucking tell me?
Yeah.
The door is open.
Because then he could do it himself.
And yes, and you know the fucking facts. That's exactly right. I mean, am I being unreasonable? Put a yes if I'm being fucking unreasonable. That no, Lee, you should use your whole fucking life to investigate all these people. That's crazy. I'm retired. You come up and tell me, right? So Jay was like, listen, you gave Tony an opportunity to come up. We want an opportunity to come up, but we don't want Tony on the same show. He can come on later, fine, but not on the same. I say, fine. We do the show. In the beginning of the show, I announced the agreement. I'm like, hey, Tony came up the last show and he said what he had to say. Now, what's his name? Jay Morrison wants to come up, and the only thing is Jay wants to come up, but he doesn't want Tony on the same show. So I say, hey man, Tony, you can't come up this show. You can just come up on the next one. You can't come up on this one. Fine. We get into the show. I'm explaining, long stroking. Your boy Jay hits the link. Jay comes up and he starts talking about their case. So Jay's talking about the case. Fine. Jay sits down, but this is like, we're like 2 or 3 hours in, right? So Tony is in the chat. Tony hits the link. I had one fucking job to do, man. I had one job, which I said in the beginning, Tony wasn't going to come up. Jay hits the link. Who is the one fucking person do you think I pull up? The one fucking person.
Tony!
I pull up Tony. Let me tell you something, guys. You are not going to believe this. Y'all are in the chat. Y'all are saying, I remember that. Y'all were there, man. Y'all remember the shit.
I was watching.
I remember the show.
It was like 1 a.m.
Right? Shout out to Dorothy. Dorothy said, I remember that. Steady grinding said I was there. Y'all remember this shit. You guys are not going to believe this because y'all see how Tony is. Tony came up, man. Tony was the perfect gentleman. It was like a whole new Tony. He was the perfect gentleman, and he sat there and he broke that shit down. I had never seen a Tony like that, really, before or since. Well, I have since. When he talks to the white people on their shows, that's the Tony I got the white Tony that one fucking day. I got the Tony that you see when he talks to the white people.
Now, I want to say something about this because Tony the Closer will go to white people and talk correct. He's talking to the lead attorney like a bully. He talks to DJ Envy like a bully because we know DJ Envy ain't about that life. But who he didn't talk to like that was Whack 100. He had a whole different tone when he was talking to Whack 100. See, some people understand who they can and who they can't talk to like that. And I'm going to be honest. Like, I wouldn't want to I'm not trying to get into no verbal disagreement with Whack 100 because, I'm not arguing, dog. We're either going to move furniture or it is what it is. But I'm not finna argue with you. And I'm not finna come on here trying to bully people who I think I can bully because I'm going to just be honest. We can move furniture, okay? But Tony the Closer is not gonna move no furniture but he will try to use bully tactics as he did in this live interview. I mean, and you can go check it out. Check out the rest of the interview and you'll see like Tony the Closer going off. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna play a little bit just to give the audience something to watch.
Perfect gentleman. I said night and day. Keita G was there. It was night and day. Tony explained everything perfectly, broke it down, everything. So fine, we're going and going. Tony's explaining, everything's great. We end the live. It's like 1:30 at night, guys. It's in the morning. It's so late. 1:30 at night. So I end the link, and it's just like this. AV is up. So guys, y'all don't know this, but when I end the live, AV's still there. So I end the live ends, and AV was like, hey, what happened? And I was dead, man. I was like 1:30 in the morning. I was like, what? She was like, you said that you weren't gonna bring Tony up. You know what I said? I said, no, I didn't. She said, yes, you did. You said in the beginning of the stream that you weren't gonna bring Tony up. And I was like, I didn't say that shit. So do you know what I did? I rewinded the fucking stream all the way to the beginning. Guess what the first fucking thing I said was? The first fucking thing. I just forgot. Guys, right now it's 7:30. You're like, but dude, by that time it was like 11:30. It was midnight. I had just forgotten when I pulled Tony up. I'm on the East Coast, guys. And I was like, fuck. And then I looked at my cell phone and it was like tons of missed calls. Jay Morrison's wife was blowing me up. Let me see if I can do this. And I never want to do this, but let me see. Jay Morrison's wife sent me an email. And let me read this shit first to myself, because I hate exposing like behind the scenes shit or whatever, but
Yeah, I mean, I was there. I was there on both streams, and you've given Tony the opportunity to come up and talk about his side. The first time was a little aggressive. The second time he was much more measured. It almost looked like maybe he talked to his team about what to say.
I don't even know her name. At any rate, here's the thing. She sent me an email. She was like, hey, what happened? And I was like, oh, I fucked it up. I had never before, guys, listen. I had never before made some type of agreement like that, ever. And I broke the agreement. I had just forgotten. I know you guys don't see it, but like, if y'all watch my eyes, man, we're all up here. It was all this shit going on. And I just fucking forgot. And
so there you have it. He said he forgot. Now let's get into some of the heated back and forth between Tony and TLA. This is the time where it gets heated, and the TLA has to cut Tony's microphone.
in the news, which I find, all right, that's what I do. That's what every single attorney does on YouTube. If you don't like how attorneys cover cases on YouTube, that's understandable.
No, that's not what I said. I asked, why didn't you specifically cover the full case? If you start reading through a case, because you said Tony the Closer didn't respond. If you looked up that case in North Carolina, you would see that there was a clear response. That's inaccurate. You would also saw that I had a $1 million lawsuit against Jay Morrison. So what I'm asking you is, when you come out here and you came out once again today and saying, what's the worst thing you could do is not respond. I'm asking you, how are you saying that I didn't respond if I indeed did respond? Tony, we had a response. So I'm asking you, you are putting out misinformation. Stop talking about me if you're not talking factual. The documents are there. See, I have no issue with somebody saying, hey, if you want to post my criminal record, but also post a dismissal. That's disrespectful. See, I'm a man and I'll stand on everything that I've ever been through, and anything that I've ever talked about, I've been open and honest about. I don't have a skeleton that anybody can expose. I'm saying as an attorney, these people are trusting what you say as a man, as a representative of somebody that's educated in the space. So why wouldn't you make sure you have all the information before you go to the public and present one side? I'm asking you a fair question, because both sides, is not just that Jay Morrison side of the documents are on North Carolina courts. It's also mine. So why aren't you addressing that? Why didn't you read my complaints? Why did you only read Jay's?
Tony, I can't give every single piece of information in a 3-hour live stream. All right, I have to go in pieces. I haven't done that. You cannot name one case, Tony, not one, in my 3 years that I've covered every single aspect of that case. There's just not enough time. And you can't name any other lawyer on YouTube that covers an entire case with all the facts. You cannot name one. Because so
it's okay just to read a half of a story and have everybody believing that this nigga was innocent when there's a whole opposite side that you can see clear fraud. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, just be fair. If you're gonna break down the case, I'm cool with you talking about everything, but you got to be fair. Like, I mean, come on, dog. You're not gonna read my half of the shit, but you got everybody thinking that this nigga was he's a con artist. He sent some shit to an address I didn't live at. That's how a default was entered. He did, and then he waited to after fucking the 30-day window went by, so he celebrated after the I could actually go back and appeal it. All calculated fraud shit. If he actually beat me on merit, I would stand on it. He didn't beat me based off merit, but that's what I'm saying. Why was there only a half of this stuff read to the public? You're an attorney. Be fair. That's what I want out of anybody. If I go into the court of law, you want fairness, right? Everybody wants fairness. You poll your audience and you call them your jurors. You would never go into a trial where there's only one side that's of an argument. That's bullshit.
Tony, let me I don't want to cut you off. You said that I'm not being fair. Now, Tony, I will tell you, and any other attorney will tell you, that we cannot cover every single side of a case adequately. But I understand that, and I recognize that. So here's what I do, Tony. I allow anyone who I'm talking about, any case, they can come up and they can say, hey, lead, you missed this part over here. I'll be like, oh, what did I miss? You missed this and this and this. And I'll be like, oh, okay, thank you. And lead, let me email you a document because apparently you don't have it. Pull this document up. I'll pull it up. And you'll say, hey, Lee, I got a bone to pick with you because you were wrong on this and this and this. Tony, do you know what I do? I pull you up and I listen.
Bro, you deleted the whole live.
Well, let's go.
You deleted the whole live.
We're going to talk about that. That's your second point. We're still.
So, yeah, y'all heard about the deleted live and everything. But, yeah, as I want to say, I think we did not get to the point of the DJ Envy lawsuit. We were stuck on this thing from a year ago, and I think Tony's hurt because he actually lost a lawsuit. And it may have been some things that was going in his favor, but the reason why he lost the lawsuit, his due diligence. And he's taking that out on the lead attorney, and he don't have to take that out on the lead attorney. The lead attorney is just a YouTube content creator. And to think that the court of public, he's trying to win over the court of public opinion, when in all reality, you should have won in the court of law. And that's the end of it. You don't have nothing else to say. If you didn't win in court, then your court of public opinion, it doesn't matter. You might as well let that go. Because right now, you have a lot of people on your side, and you're backtracking to your one loss. Take this win with DJ Envy and go on about your business and let the past go. Anyway, everyday people, man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll holler at you later. Peace.